That's so much money, too.
Especially because at both season finals he played at, he didn't even make it out of group stage, Season 2 and Season 3, which is why I think people are doubting him on such a big stage.
Well, here we go, Apollo. Up here in the top left of Akalon, we have our Terran player. It is Maru. Crowd goes wild.
Second stream, massive crowd.
It's us in this dark tented area. And down in the bottom right, a Protoss player, a former champion of Europe, he is Duckdeok.
All right, so Akalon Waste. If we just look from Duckdeok's perspective to start this off with, and if we're gonna note him as an aggressive player, what aggressive playstyles can he do here aside from the Blink play, which is one of the most popular?
Yeah, that would be one of the most popular. He could go for some sort of Oracle opener. I don't feel like that's what we're gonna see. And let's not forget that if you're known as kind of an aggressive and cheesy player, sometimes you can just back up and play a macro game that you kind of conceal a little bit, and that can really throw a Terran off.
I really like Maru's playstyle. I've had the chance to cast him quite a little bit recently. I think he was playing in the Insight Stream Master Singapore tournament as well. And he is really... he uses Command Center first almost every single game against Protoss. And he's really nailed the timings down on where his units need to be, what time things are going to come. For example, always 2 Marines in the bunker, everything else back at home. He's got his turret timing down. He's scouting out with SCVs, scanning at the right times. He's really made this build very solid.
Yeah. Very, very smart player. And the Prime players overall are known for being kind of stuck on their builds and always kind of doing the same type of thing. So not surprised that this is the case with Maru. But of course, being the best of the Prime Terrans, he really knows what he's doing with it. More so than I would say even Marine King Prime did know at his top, at his peak.
That's right, man. That's right. Maru really showing us the way to play this matchup, a macro-focused way. But we do not have a gas taken here from Duckdeok, and he's just got the gateway down.
Yeah, he actually canceled his gas. So,
oh, okay.
It looks like he's just responding to what he's scouting. And I want to ask you, Apollo, because for me, this is the best thing to do if you scout that, to cancel your gas and then take it. Do you like that as well, or do you like to just kind of continue your tech?
I don't continue my tech, but I let the assimilator finish, and I just don't go in with the probes.
Do you get the second pylon before the Nexus?
No, I stop.
No. Okay. Sure. Of course, you do lose some minerals canceling that gas, and that will slow things down on the tech side. But I like what Duckdeok's done here. And he's grabbing that second gas right away as well. And that'll allow him, get out a Stalker so that he can micro against any incoming Marine attacks that sometimes happen after this command center.
Another thing, we talked a little bit about how Duckdeok was able to beat Innovation, just lack of bunker that Innovation had, some misreading and scouting. But one of the biggest things, and something that you said earlier that I was thinking about, in the last deciding game when it was 2-2 in Game 5, Duckdeok went for a 5-minute third base, the complete opposite to what Innovation was thinking.
Yeah, that's, and Innovation probably at that point was defending a whole bunch, making sure he had his bunkers, maybe even an additional one. The mind games, that's such an important part of going through a tournament like this, especially in best-of-5 format.
All right, well, here's the tech choice from Duckdeok, just the robotics facility. There is an SCV outside the natural area for Maru, who will be looking to try and get in there to find out if he can maybe see what the hell's going on rather than a scan. But I think he may have to resort to a scan if the Stalker is still idle on that natural when it pops out.
Now, this is before the Mothership Core, this Robo, and it is Duckdeok, so I do have to look at it and ask myself, or rather, I guess this time, Apollo, ask you, do you think that this could be an Immortal all-in? Is that a possibility?
Absolutely. It is a possibility, yes. And now that's kind of nice, too, because he now knows that that's only that is the SCV Scout that's gone.
Yes.
There's nothing really to see this, but would he risk something like this?
Well, I get to cheat when you ask me this question because he's thrown up his forge since you started talking. And that tells us that most likely this is not going to be any sort of Immortal all-in. It looks like he's going for much more normal play.
Do you think this could be with the fast robotics facility here if he throws the Robo Bay down soon? Well, actually, no, because it's kind of slow, isn't it, if he was to go for the Robo Bay for a Colossus push or something along those lines?
Well, I think he's going to go Colossus tech either way, just with the speed of those gases. It kind of makes sense. So we'll see about that in a moment. But he's really focusing heavily on Stalkers here as well, which oftentimes points towards Blink Colossus, which, you know, that's not an all-in or anything.
All right, well, so far so good here for Maru. The only thing that's kind of missing from Maru is actually just scouting information. He really hasn't seen, I don't think, anything in this game of what his opponent's up to, which can be scary here.
Especially against someone like Duckdeok, known for being so aggressive and sometimes cheesy. Well, the Twilight's coming down, and we actually don't see any Robotics Bay. So, you know, I guess he's just teching straight up into High Templars, get some charge and all that.
Looks like it here. His Maru just set nicely at the moment on 2 bases, 3 barracks. His recent tendencies are to go up to the 4th and 5th barracks before adding on the 3rd command center. The Observer now is going to have its first look inside, and we'll see just the additional... Only sees the 2 barracks at the moment. Didn't think he saw the 3rd yet, as he will get that information now.
You know, I do have to say, Apollo, I'm glad that he's not going for Colossus Blink, because Maru is like the king of tearing apart the best Protosses in the world that go Colossus Blink. People like Rain.
Yeah.
You know, Rain especially comes to mind because of that finals of WCS Korea. But I'm glad that he's going with this other tech route. You know, things like SCV pulls aren't going to be quite as powerful against this. He's getting very quick Templar Archives. He's even mixing in some Immortals to make sure that Maru isn't just going to bust him with some fancy micro early on.
Do you think there could be some, like, what happens if he gets Storm and tries to go for a 2-base Storm Immortal attack, especially considering that Maru is a player that does not get ghosts early on? Something like this could be very dangerous, I think.
Yeah, that is very true. Maru's known for not getting his ghosts early on. And, you know, that's kind of an old school build that never really became weaker. People just kind of got used to it. So it definitely could be a strong choice.
All right, well, the Templar Archives is now finished up. +1 armor and +1 attack is the second upgrade of choice. Warp Prism is on its way, but also so is Maru, moving across the map here with a couple of units and a couple of medivacs.
Of course, no Storm yet. He is grabbing that very quick Archon, something you're normally going to have to do because you cannot get Storm before this first medevac push out. And, ooh, that Marine saw it, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
That's kind of rough.
Well, looks like he's going to hold this front door from now. An extra gateway has been thrown down as well as Storm now, but that Warp Prism is going to escape. What are Duckdeok's intentions at this point? He's at 62 probes. Quite a few probes, actually.
Yeah, and the 3rd Nexus actually does go down at the beginning of this fighting. So, you know, I think that that's probably the safer way to play it most of the time, but will Maru be able to pick him apart? Already we're seeing some really nice micro.
Yeah, really nice micro, and if he gets that Archon, that's pretty good as well. It's an expensive unit.
Oh my god, he does pick it up, and in fact grabs a Sentry as well. That's a little bit unforgivable by Duckdeok. You can't lose that first Archon so quickly.
And look at the army supply differences, 48 to 29. And well, these units are going inside the main base, and this is not the best of starts here for Duckdeok.
At the same time, we do have that drop going into the main base of Maru. It looks like these Zealots might deal a lot of damage. He warps a lot in as well, but that's going to trigger Maru to keep pushing forward, knowing there's no warp-ins at home.
Well, the Marauders and Marines, I mean, they're trying to deal with what's there at the main base, but they're also killing the Nexus on the natural of Duckdeok.
A lot of SCVs go down, but oh god, when you lose that Nexus, it becomes just, it's such a difficult game. The thing is, these Zealots continue to deal a lot of damage.
I mean, what's more beneficial, losing the Nexus and killing off 24, or the other way? Which do you think is better at this point?
I have to maybe side just the slightest bit right now with Maru, because even though he lost a ton of SCVs, he's going to have those mules dropping down, and his unit set he can get more done with. And that's what this is all going to hinge on. He needs to get something done with his medevacs, continue to harass, and hurt Duckdeok while he's rebuilding these 2 Nexi.
Is the Warp Prism around still?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, it looks like it's coming home with the 2 Zealots. That's how desperate he is right now. He's building 2 Nexuses, and he knows that he cannot afford to warp in anything else in Maru's base.
There's a lot of medivacs out here and a lot of units that Maru has. He's found 2 High Templar right inside. 1 Storm does go up, but they don't really kill anything. And those will all get healed. And the question comes, can Duckdeok defend against this next attack?
I don't know. How many... Ooh, that's really cute to try to use some mines right here, but how many High Templars does he actually have at home with Storms? Two at home with Storms. Okay. Where are they?
I have no idea.
I don't actually see them, but he is going to have to hit some really nice storms here, I think, because Maru is so good at dodging out from underneath. Look at that. Nice pullback. The next storm hits pretty well, and these Immortals being worth their weight in gold right now, but does he have enough to actually break through?
Well, it looks like he's holding on for now, but there are units breaking towards that third as well, and Maru really ramping up the pressure, but with all those SCVs that were killed, he doesn't have as many units here. He has been slowed down, and then we've got the Warp Prism inside the main base again.
Oh, wow. I don't even know how that Warp Prism made it all the way back, but he has, and a lot of Zealots coming in. That is not a lot of Terran units, so these Zealots going to go to town once again.
And now with 3 Nexus to 2 command centers, we've got to start favoring Duckdeok from this position.
I do have to agree with you there, Paul. This is really rough for Maru. I don't know if he can really do anything else. He hasn't got a Ghost Academy, which means that we can just see Duckdeok non-stop warping High Templars. He only has 2 right now, but if he just continues to make them, how is Maru ever going to break him?
This is turning into an interesting tournament for Duckdeok with a series win over Innovation, and now leading against Maru. Maru is pushing out with a very strong army again, but lots of Marauders here, and the Immortal counts at 4. 2 Archons and 10 Zealots?
Am I wrong in saying that Duckdeok is playing like a really strong, straight-up standard game?
I think, yes, well, he's absolutely doing that, but I think what's very important as well, his army compositions are perfect against Maru's style.
Yeah, Maru is always going for this type of style against High Templar builds, but with 4 Immortals, as you say, these little Marauder squads really don't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, +2 attack, I actually would have liked +2 armor here with the amount of Zealots and charge that he has here, and the Marauder's not going to be able to do too much damage overall.
I guess he's looking to one-shot Marauders ASAP with this little Immortal group.
Yeah.
Looks like Maru continuing to try to micro. He's pulling this army out of position right now. He knows he can't do anything with this army other than get him out of position, but will he do that well enough? It looks like he's going for a drop in that main base.
And he may be able to get some damage done. Maru needs to get damage done, and, well, he's landed with a lot of units here, and that damage may be dealt.
Oh, here we go. Storm does go down. He's going after this Nexus as well. A lot of Zealots coming in. Uh-oh, everything's starting to go wrong for Duckdeok. He loses a Nexi. It looks like one of these Immortals will be picked off. And a nice Time Warp does go down, but a second Immortal goes down as well.
Oh, good. Well, didn't kill off the Medivacs here, but that's, I guess, one advantage of Maru's heavy Marauder style. He snipes building so incredibly fast.
It's some pretty scary stuff. And oh God, another warp. This Warp Prism, if Duckdeok ends up winning this game, it's really all in the back of his Warp Prism play. Absolutely,
it's done so much here. The amount of SCVs that have been killed is incredible. 30 SCVs have been killed in this game. And Duckdeok's still surviving along quite well here. He's got +3 attack on the way. He's leading in supply. The upgrade's quite down here for Maru, just at 1-1, I think, at this moment.
That is rough. He's just making his armory now. And finally adding a Ghost Academy also. You know, EMP going to be the ultimate spell against this unit composition.
I think Duckdeok may have pushed his hand here and said, come on, you've got to start building Ghosts here, otherwise this army composition, you're never going to be able to stop it.
Yeah, and you know what? Maru is doing a great job of holding on, despite the fact that he's been completely countered. He even has 3 bases now. And you know what? It's so funny because like 2 minutes ago, I thought for sure, I'm like, wow, Duckdeok is actually just going to take game number 1. But now I look at the state of this game and the way that Maru's fighting back no matter what, and I almost feel like Maru, even though he's not in a lead right now, I feel like he's going to be.
I mean, he always finds ways to make these drops work. He plants all the units, he unloads them all, and great movement here by Maru once again. He continues to deal damage on both sides. Do you think that Duckdeok should be looking at a tech switch over to Colossus by now? If he can breathe and have enough time to do so.
I feel like he doesn't have that time. I feel like right now Maru is just so on top of things and he has to stay the course. And look at this, another big Zealot Warp in. It was working for him before. He wants to see if it works again, but it looks like no, Maru completely ready. And he continues to add more Immortals.
How many Immortals is he up to now? Well, he's
lost a lot.
Yeah.
If he hadn't lost any, he's like made a lot. Sorry, so he's lost 3 so far, so he would be at 6. But when these EMPs start popping out, man, yeah, I mean, if you EMP the High Templars and the Immortals, that's it. There's no way his army can hold up at that point.
Well, he's trying to take the 4th base here. It's going to be hard to keep that going, especially with the next attack that's coming in. Maru taking a supply lead here. A fantastic game for Maru considering the circumstances.
Yeah, like, I think basically any other Terran in the world probably has already lost this game.
Yeah.
But Maru, his tenacity with his drops is second to none, and it's really been paying off.
Well, finally, it looks like Duckdeok has found some room to breathe here and has thrown down the robotics bay, as well as his 4th Nexus, plus 3 attack about to finish as well, so that will help. But as you say, there is a big timing and opportunity for Maru now. As the ghost count increases, it's currently at 2, about to be 4. Before Colossus enter this game, there's going to be a very strong attack. 1
Robo Colossus starting right now. You know, it is nice that Duckdeok has better upgrades. I believe he's 3-1 at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, that's very nice, but it's going to be 2-1 for Maru. He's going to have the ghosts out. I don't think the Colossus are quick enough here at all.
All right, well, that's a good storm there, and Zealous do get warped in, so they might be able to deal with this, but look at that position for the Marines at the back, dealing out a lot of damage there. Ghost Academy almost picked off.
The targeting of that Ghost Academy underlines and italicizes and bolds exactly how scared Duckdeok is of Ghosts at this moment.
And
he knows that he'll be torn.
With the robotics bay.
These guys know, man, that their compositions are not ready for this other attack, but getting that with 1 Colossus almost done, no Thermal Lance. Oh man, this next attack is just going to be brutal for Maru. He even has a big supply lead, almost 30 supply right now.
And here it comes. Here comes this big attack from Maru. He's going to collect his forces, and let's find out how successful this is going to be. This could be a remarkable game for Maru that looked like he'd lost it a long time ago. But here comes the push to end Duckdeok. Will it work, or can Duckdeok hold on?
I think Duckdeok's in too much trouble here. Watch this. Oh my god, these EMPs are going to start going off.
Just got to dodge these storms.
Already great EMPs. Some good storms for zoning, but Maru just skirts the edges of them. Not really working out.
And another stim there, a big stim for that's a lot of units. Another dodge storm. And Ghost still have the EMPs available. Another miss, 2 missed storms. And, well, these high tempo don't have infinite energy.
No, they certainly do not. In fact, the one with the most gets picked off, decides to push forward right now, and despite still having those immortals, their shields are gone. And it looks like Maru going to do a great job. He's killed so many of the expensive units.
And the immortals, though, live forever and have picked off a lot of units there. Duckdeok's still behind in supply, but he's bleeding. He's hurting a lot. A drop inside his main base, distracting him to a certain extent.
But is that enough? He's killed off so many of these expensive units. The immortals are still around. That is the best thing that we can say for Duckdeok, but Maru's supply continues to grow in comparison, and his mobility is second to none.
Maru's drops have been absolutely insane throughout this game. A scan to have a look where the army is as he sprints down to pick off this 3rd Nexus. Looks like he's going to get it.
Well, that's how many Nexuses have we actually seen killed this game. It's
a lot.
Quite a high number. And, well, all right, let's take a look at this, Apollo. How does Duckdeok reclaim this game right now?
Build more ghosts. I mean, other way around. Maru needs to build more ghosts,
yes,
and Duckdeok needs to continue his Colossus production. He's got 1 about to pop out here. It's actually not being built at this moment. I think it's either the robotics facility switched off or...
I think that it's unpowered right now, yeah. There it is.
Oh, he needs that.
Yeah, he definitely needs that to finish, man. He should have had a tasteless pylon there to back that up.
He should have, man.
He should have had the Apollo pylon grid. 8 pylons just right near it to make sure.
The power grid.
Well, let's see here. Maru just continuing with really nice micro. Look at this guy. He's just like picking off an Archon. He's like, yeah, I want that free Archon. Well, almost free at least.
Just for a couple of units there. Yeah. A nice trade-off. Very expensive unit. Awesome.
Like MC said, he's just gaining points all over the place.
He is gaining points and taking names here as these Marines and Marauders stimming back once again, dealing out a lot of damage. Maru's still at a supply advantage. The robotics facility is back online, finally. Viking production does begin. The upgrades, though, with +3 attack and +2 armor, these units are dealing out and also surviving for a long time for Duckdeok.
They are indeed. He has Thermal Lance right now, so that's really going to help against this kiting a bit more. And with all of those immortals, that's 5 immortals. Maru is not used to playing against someone who has 5 immortals at this stage in the game, because he's always so Marauder heavy.
He is very Marauder heavy here, picking up a couple of free units once again, though. And continuing to scan ahead of time, just to have a look where his units and where his opponent is. There's Maru and Duckdeok both come south here.
Well, Duckdeok continuing to hold on. Maru definitely has that supply advantage, pushing forward, but You know what? When Protoss gets on 4 bases, anything is possible. The Protoss can do anything they want on 4 bases. They just have that type of income where they have a lot of options. Maru, yeah, he has 4 bases, but you know he has to stay on basically the same unit set, or he'll get run over. So I don't know, man. This is like a really excellent game. Very back and forth by these players.
I'm very impressed with Duckdeok. I haven't had any chance to see any of his games this weekend so far.
Yeah.
Beating Innovation 3-2 and doing extraordinarily well here against Maru as well.
Well, look at this. Even picking off one of those Vikings so important at the moment as his Colossus count does continue to grow. In fact, his 3rd one is about halfway done right now. And when he actually gets up to 3, 4, maybe even 5 Colossus, that's going to just be too scary. Here we go, though.
Oh.
Big EMPs absolutely all over these Immortals, but the Colossi dealing a lot of damage.
Oh, these 2 Colossus dealing a lot of damage here, but is Maru going to have enough? Units are getting warped in there, but oh man, Maru stands strong.
He does. It's almost an army trade, but the thing is all the air units do survive, even some of the ground. And it looks like Duckdeok has taken too much damage at this point, Apollo.
And there is a drop inside the main base going on at the same time, I think, here by Duckdeok.
Oh god. Well, he is harassing right now in this 4th base. That Zealot has 12 kills. Wow, that is a pretty cost-efficient Zealot right there, 13 kills. But does that matter right now? A lot of medevacs are left, a lot of Vikings are left, and he even has some ghosts to add into that. So
yeah, 6 Vikings, 2 ghosts, and a lot of medevacs. 8 medevacs there.
All right, Duckdeok, can you come back once again? Maru really pushing Duckdeok to the limit here. And I have to say, you know, Duckdeok just had such a nice lead for so long. I almost feel like I have to rethink. And I was like, you know, 3-0s are really hard, but to win a game like this, maybe Maru can do that.
I think so too. I think so. But this has been I really didn't expect this level from Duckdeok here.
Yeah.
You know, we expect and look at him as such an aggressive player, but he's playing a long game here. His Warp Prism's been fantastic throughout. His army composition's been very good against what Maru's known for.
That is, he's been awesome, and he's actually even expanding it. He's going 5 bases, and I would just not expect this out of him normally, but this goes back to what we were talking about before. He's a little bit underrated. He's still coming up. He's still a very young player. You know, some of the best young players in the world were originally known as cheesy players. Players such as Flash, players such as Maru.
Well, this game continues on. 156 supply here to 125 for Duckdeok, who is struggling when it comes to his actual army size. It's very dangerous. It's got a lot of Storm. It's got 3 Colossus within it, but not a super large amount of units.
Well, the army moving up the map right now. Looks like he wants to hit this 4th base of Maru, but Maru does have that 5th up as well. I really like the fact that he is actually moving around, being kind of mobile with his army, because he needs to be a bit scrappy. Look at this, sending 4 Zealots in, and with those rocks up, that's going to be very annoying to clear up. Let's not forget, with 3 Colossi and 3 Templars, if Maru screws up at all against this army, Duckdeok can just crush.
Oh, a couple of snipes here from the back. Oh, the other high tempo gets picked up as well. There's not much left here. There's a lot of Vikings within that army.
Oh god, you're right. That is very brutal. And a nice storm goes down, but Maru doesn't even care, knowing that is the last of the storms for now. And if he loses all these Colossi, that is something that's going to be so hard to replace.
Oh, another Colossus comes in here. The Vikings are dropping kind of fast. And two Colossus are going to survive.
Whoa, well, one does go out with a little Marauder shot there on the side, and this army a little bit too big for him to deal with at the moment. More Zealots being warped in, and this is a lot of low hit point units, but it looks like it's too much, and Duckdeok probably going to lose this base.
Yeah, he's going to lose a lot of units there, a lot of income with this base up to the top right as well. And Maru, has he finally broken through?
I think he has. GG. Wow, fantastic game coming out of both these players, Apollo.
Yeah. All right, so it is time to begin map number 2 here in the quarterfinals.
Up in the top right, our Terran player, a champion, it is Maru.
And playing for Team MVP, a European champion in Season 2, it's Duckdeok.
Such a good ID. It's really grown on me. I did not like it at first, Apollo. But it's like, I feel like he should shorten it, though, be like 2-duck or something.
Double D.
Double D, there you go.
2-duck. 2D.
2D, ooh. Wow.
2D.
Or maybe if he like wins another championship, he changes it to Duckdeok.
Wow.
And then some guy named Goose comes along and beats him.
Goose are better than ducks, apparently.
Yeah.
Imagine if Maru changed his name to Optimus if he won this tournament. Imagine that, Autosis.
You know, that was such a cute little thing they were doing on the Prime team. But I don't know, it's so weird changing your name that many times, right? Like, he already won a tournament and he didn't change it to Optimus, so I feel like that's never going to happen again. I think Polt was the only Optimus for Prime.
We'll have to see. Okay, so with Maru always going command center first, do you reckon it's possible that we could see Duckdeok? I know not in this game now, but in a future one, especially if he sees another command center first, go for like 10-gate, really fast Zealot Stalker Mothership Core?
You know what? I actually really like that build against Command Center first. You know, especially if the map is right. Do you remember the third map? I'm so terrible at remembering the map order.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
I forgot.
That's all right. I'm sorry.
I think, no, I don't know. No.
Okay, that's a hidden pylon right there.
That is Autosis.
That has to be Twilight, right? That has to be a Twilight that's going up there.
Yes.
Yes.
Autosis.
Yes.
Will Maru go in and spot... Well, he'll spot the non-pylon, but will he scout up there?
You know what? I think he will actually, Apollo. I think that, you know, that's not a terrible hiding spot. I actually would have almost liked it more if he hit it in his own natural behind the minerals or something. Like, you know, something super meta where it's like, he would never hide it there. That'd be too dumb. But, you know, it's going to count the pylons. Double gas, 3 probes in each. Okay, this is already getting a little bit predictable. Right now, you look at this, you're like, okay, this is Stargate or Twilight. Of course, it could be like a proxy robot. Maybe this is a fake. Right now, there's the Twilight.
Okay, so there's the Twilight. Maru currently just on patrol move with his SCV there, and this is a real test to his build. How well the scouting is with this build. How well is overall defensive, because he doesn't know what it is actually being constructed here against him. He is looking for a proxy Stargate up north.
Well, he's not going to find it up there. And it looks like the other SCV going kind of just back towards home, maybe to try to spot anything that's out there, give him a hint as to what's going on. In the meantime, the Mothership Core has been started. Blink gets started as well. Very good map for this build.
Where's that bunker? Is it on the natural? I think so.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. This is a very frustrating place to be, I think, for a Terran player, not knowing what exactly it is.
Yeah.
Because it could be a genius weird Void Ray all
Oh,
in.
God, yeah, that's right.
It could be Proxy Oracle. It could be Blink still.
Hell, it could be the Choya Foyu Proxy Colossus. You know, it's a possibility at least. I
mean, it could be one base Archon push, Autosis.
No, it couldn't be that one. No. I hope not. I mean, he like gets a Dark Charm like, ooh, DTs, and he makes them into an Archon. I'm like, what am I seeing? This doesn't make sense.
It could be a heavy Sentry Zealot push, Autosis, with double gas.
On one base?
Yeah.
That would be crazy. I guess you could go 5 gates off that, right?
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Well, the SCV, first of all, is going to spot the no second Nexus. So that doesn't really help. And does the scan help?
No. Yeah, that helps. That helps.
Does he see all of them?
He saw 3 gates from that.
Okay.
I feel like that's enough, and he probably thinks the other gate is next set just based on the pylon placement where the gate was. Yeah. So I think he knows it's 4-gate blink.
Yeah, his bunker placements. Okay.
Okay, so here's the question. Can Duckdeok transition this? Some players, you watch like parting to a build like this, as soon as it starts to not work, he gets a single sentry down there and expands and just holds you in your base for 100 years.
It can be a long time, 100 years.
Yeah, especially when that's all you've got to live.
Oh, another SCV. I don't know how. I haven't been watching closely, but he always manages to escape with these SCVs, and this is actually going to give him a massive heads up to when the expansion and when the pullout has been called. Yeah,
that's actually very, very true. If he can spot when the Nexus is going down, that's going to help a lot.
All right, whoa, an aggressive way forward here.
Blinks right up. The bunker is ready, though. Already loses 1 Stalker. Oh, this is actually not going well for him at all. 2 Stalkers. Ew.
Ew, Autosis.
That just didn't go how Duckdeok had planned. He has to be feeling down in the pits right now.
And even starting a supply depot on the natural or something to slow down this Nexus, anything possible here for Maru, but Duckdeok does pick off a couple of UC units, and it is going to be a bunker by the looks of it on the other side of the map. Does anything to slow down? He knows that this is probably going to be what's going to happen. The sentries have been warped in as well.
Well, and in fact, with those sentries there, it already shows us that Duckdeok will continue to poke to try to scare Maru. Because why not? He might pick off an SCV here, Marine there, Marauder here. But he's got to make a Nexus pretty soon.
But he can't with the bunker there.
That's right. He's going to have to warp in units at home, and that's going to tell Maru exactly what's going on.
Well, this is going to be an interesting one. The Stalkers and, well, another Sentry and Zealot actually just got warped in there, but the factory has now started, so the countdown to Medivacs has begun.
Do you know what? Could we possibly see him utilize Guardian Shield and Force Fields and use a couple Zealots for tanking? It looks like he's actually just going to all in here.
Well, let's find out.
Oh my.
Can this work? I mean, there's 4 Marines in that first
maybe.
bunker. There's a lot of Marauders in a second bunker behind that.
Stim is not quite done yet, and he has even a third bunker over to the side. That one, I don't know if that's going to really come into play, but here he goes, and he's going to be able to get some very nice Force Fields off. And in fact, he's doing a great job.
Oh, Stim not close enough to finishing.
He's hitting right before this Stim, in fact, and he's dealing a great deal of damage so far. All the SCVs starting to come off the line, but he hasn't really lost any Stalkers yet.
Stim is so close to finishing, and Duckdeok could be in trouble if this Stim finishes, and it is finished. So are we going to see activated?
There you go. He does Stim forward, and that is going to be
a lot of units getting picked off there. Zealots do get close to the Marauders, though.
You know what?
How many SCVs were picked up? This is so cool.
There's only 6 SCVs left. Okay, so he does have 2 command centers, which is nice, but if Duckdeok just continues to warp in units, I think he's going to be able to break this over time.
Yeah, he should be able to. That Widowmine would be really nice if he's able to get it in position. It would help out a lot, but every Stim is going to hurt him from this point. A great time warp, and Duckdeok, I can already hear the crowd, the non-existent crowd chanting quack, quack, as Duckdeok advances further and further to a potential tie in this series.
This is it. There's no economy left for Maru here. With 6 SCVs, even mules aren't going to save you. So he's going to go ahead, pick off his bunker SCVs, come down to repair. Actually loses the mothership core, which is a little bit sloppy. But, well, I mean, he should be warping some more units. Duckdeok, where are they? Come on. Yeah, there they are.
They're coming up now, and then these Stalkers should be able to win the game for Duckdeok, and it looks like he will be able to tie this series 10 supply to the magnificent 35 for Duckdeok. 1-1.
Oh, you can. Maru actually kind of has like a. Is that like a grin on his face, kind of? He's like, oh my god, I can't even. Oh my.
I hate you.
He's like, I saw there was no pile. Oh, I made the bunk. Oh.
2 players. We'll talk about the strategy. So up here in the top right, playing for Team Prime, is of course the 16-year-old Maru.
And in the bottom left, tying it up there, it is Duckdeok from MVP.
What do you think we could be seeing here from Duckdeok?
You know, it's hard for me to predict on this map. There's like so many different ways to go about it when you're Duckdeok, because he's already shown us that he can and will play a pretty damn good macro game. But this is not a bad map for blink all-ins. One of my favorite builds on a map like this is like the expand into blink, for like it kind of seems all-in-ish, but you have the 2 nexuses, so you can transition out the like very quickly while keeping on pressure. I love builds like that, but I don't know, is that within the playbook of Duckdeok? What would you say?
I wouldn't mind. I was actually going to say a Colossus all-in, like MC attempted earlier against.
Like the mass Stalker
Maru.
Colossus.
Yeah, but the way that Maru dealt with it, actually, and I was thinking that there could be a way to success for Duckdeok, but the way that Maru actually played against it earlier was so clean. So I don't think that would be good. I'm not too sure, actually, what Duckdeok could do.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough one. Well, you know, this is definitely a map where you can hide things on pretty well. I feel like it still is a map like that. It's just there's so many different ridges and valleys. It's kind of hard to scout it all out correctly. Might be something like a Stargate.
Or he could just play the same like game number 1. I mean, it was semi-successful for him.
Yeah.
But his
And it could have gone his way, you know,
Yeah.
if he had just done a little bit better. Absolutely could have gone his way.
All right, well, we do have just a barracks and then a later gas actually taken here. Not an early one, but not a regular timed one either. I think that was like a 15-16 gas there from,
yeah, it looked like
Maru. So that will be obviously a focus towards the command center, but also towards
probably a factory, I would say.
a factory, yeah.
So maybe some mine drop potential here?
Absolutely. And the probe gets no information either.
Well, Duckdeok going to have to play blind here. Has started at his Zealot, and with only 3 probes on gas, though, well, actually he's going to finish the Zealot as well.
Well, it's actually the reactor that comes down first here, but I mean, the reactor can come down before the factory, just not rushing it out. Does also add extra protection against a lot of different builds that Duckdeok could be going for with the extra 2 Marines here.
Well, the Zealot going to go ahead and get rid of this eBay, made to delay the expansion. In the meantime, nice pickoff of that scouting proxy probe. And no real big information gathered on either side yet, to be honest.
No, not yet. And there is the factory being placed down inside the main base, as well as that Nexus, which has gone down just now. So let's see how successful this can be. I wonder what was the decision for Maru to try this? Is there something he's maybe seen within Duckdeok's build, or is this just like, all right, let's do something completely wild?
Well, you know what? A lot of the way that Duckdeok plays, I feel like something like a mine drop can be very nice. You know, for instance, that last game, no detection. You look at game number 1. Yeah, he got the robo out, but is Duckdeok going to be ready for this? He's used to being the aggressor. Why doesn't Maru just kind of force it the other way?
Yeah? Could do Artosis.
Could
First
do.
mine is on its way. The starport's been thrown down too, but Twilight Council has come in, as actually you said that we could see.
Well, without detection, it is a pain to deal with mines, that's for sure. And in fact, I think that this is that type of build that I was talking about before, where you go for the blink after the expansion, and it's super good on this map. And there it is. The blink is being made, but the Widow Mine drop, if he gets the mines in the right position, should cost a pretty good amount of mining time and possibly even get a lot of probes.
Wow, with no detection, this could be very bad.
All right, well, Marines moving out. It's just going to push down the map a little bit, see what he can get done with them. If he can get the units to come out to meet the Marines, then the medevac can get in with the mines, or vice versa. In the meantime, he's going to float down that command center. Go ahead and take his expand.
Well, he absolutely has to do damage here. As you can see, the worker supply is in favor of Duckdeok with the ability to continue to chrono boost into the Nexus. He can extend that further, so we do need to see something happen here from Maru. But what is it going to be? The Widow Mine stretches forward, 4 hits on that Widow Mine, but not enough to kill it. Photon Overcharge is not used yet. Really waiting for that. Whoa! Well,
and, ooh, he does force the overcharge, but he also kills the mothership core. So this push already, I call this very successful.
But the counter swing coming from Duckdeok. Blink, a lot of gateways. Could this catch Maru off guard here with the investment into the factory? That's no stim, combat shield, tech lab for marauders.
Well, the one thing that really is going for Maru here is the fact that he got the mothership core.
Yeah.
Because now we have no spotter to the high ground, which means at the minimum he's probably going to have to either wait a bit longer or sacrifice a unit to, you know, maybe blink up into the ramp so he can see. And then even then it gets pretty dangerous. You have to make your decision in a split second.
Well, these Stalkers chasing back Marines one at a time. There's the Widow Mine. Oh, he blinked past the middle line there. Excellent move.
Yeah, really well done there by Duckdeok. Will end up killing all 4 Marines almost at once. And in fact, blinks down to catch another medevac, and ooh.
Not going to blink that time. But he's done a lot of damage here, Artos. He's killed off a lot of these units, and that counter swing is inevitable. It's coming across now. He's warping in more and more, but can he break this front door?
Well, Maru, I feel like his defense is completely based upon Widow Mines. He's building 2 more. His stim is way off. He doesn't have a lot of units. Oh my god, Duckdeok. Can you break through?
Oh, what a blink forward here. Picks off 1 and the second Marauder. There's just a couple of Marines left in that bunker. There's no repairs going down, and he's got high ground vision here.
That's huge, Apollo. I feel like he has enough to actually win this game, but in the meantime, we do have a drop here from Maru, so he's keeping himself in it still.
He's picked off a lot of the probes back there, so these Stalkers really have to cut it.
Oh my god, he's targeting down both Widow Mines. Duckdeok, he has such a microable set of units here.
But there's no probes left. He's lost all his probes almost.
My god, how many probes do we actually have left here? It looks like 11, 27 SCVs left. But again, these Stalkers can be microed so much more than all the units that we see from Maru.
And now he's cleaned up all the aggressive units inside his base. He can bring all the Stalkers together, and there is a lot of them out.
There are indeed 13 Stalkers on the map at the moment, but look at this. All the units, all the SCVs being pulled up right now for Maru. Does he have enough to actually clean out these Stalkers? A Zealot comes up to start tanking some more damage, and in fact, these Stalkers go forward, pick off the mortar, another Stalker goes down, and he just continues to micro.
Duckdeok went 3-2 versus Innovation, and is almost about to take a lead against Maru here, as the Mothership Core comes to aid out. A blink over that Widowmine, a jump towards the Marauder, and what are we seeing here?
Well, we're seeing Duckdeok choose some really strong strategies and execute them well enough to knock down one of the best players in the world, Maru. It's not over yet, though. Well, maybe this game is, but the series is not over yet.
Not over yet as the last mules get slaughtered here, and Maru Prime is pulling a ranking Prime.
He is. Well, you know, there's so few probes that he's like, I think he's actually legitimately thinking, is there any way, like if a one mine gets lucky here, maybe. The thing is that Mothership Core just about ends the game by itself, right? There's nothing. What do you gotta like run a mine over to kill it or something, and this is crazy, man.
Oh, I can't believe this. Duckdeok taking a 24 supply lead over 9 here. There's one Widowmine in this mineral, and I think there may be another one in the other one as well. So
yeah, there is.
There's just consistent probe deaths.
Right now, for units, there are 3 Widowmines out for Terran, and that's it. There are no other units out for Terran.
I mean, Maru's basically saying that you don't have a robotics facility, you don't have any way to detect these Widowmines. And he is going to float to I mean...
Well, unfortunately, there's no island, so...
Yeah, I mean, the rocks will get breaking down eventually here.
Wait. Okay, so hold on. There are places on this map where you actually can float buildings that you need air units to get.
But, yes.
But I don't think that there's... Okay, there's one mineral left for Terran. We don't care about that too much. It's the fact that Protoss is... Okay, he did land a command center doing a meal, but that doesn't matter.
He's even managed to squeeze out a robotics facility now with the minerals that he was bringing in from the probes, so...
Yeah, okay, so that's basically it then. He has enough probes, he has enough minerals that even with these mines in his mineral lines, he's going to be fine.
Where did the Widowmine go from the main base?
I think he ran it somewhere.
Did he try to run it and then it got surrounded or something?
It could have been. I didn't get to see where it went, actually.
Well, now he's able to mine successfully from the main base, and there's really no stopping Duckdeok.
It did get killed, by the way, the Widowmine. He only has 2 left.
Oh, okay.
You know, there's not even a possibility of a draw at this point.
Yeah, this last command center is going to go down, and Duckdeok will be in a position to win this series. Just one map, and Maru would have to win the next 2 in a row.
Well, you know what? Maru definitely has the potential to do it, but against a player like Duckdeok, when he just has to, you know, he can just continue it all in. It's... It is very likely that he can pick up another win here.
Down goes the last command center, Autosis. There is Widowmines coming up, but with observers coming out now, Probe's going to surround the observers eventually. 2 Marines come to help out as well, but there's still those Stalkers left. 6.
You know what? Here's the thing, though. Okay, 75 minerals. Oh, that Stalker in there is going to be a pain.
Oh,
and that, okay, no, that's it. That's it. Okay. I was actually kind of getting excited because I'm like, you know, if he kills all the probes, there's not enough to make a Phoenix. He could technically get a draw, but didn't come to that. Maru looking frustrated. Duckdeok.
There's not forget something like that.
Well, I kind of did. I mean, that was...
Well, you recovered really well. Yeah, it was Dia. I wonder if we'll see something like that now.
I think it would be a smart move, but let's go ahead and introduce these players, talk about that a bit more. Down here in the bottom left, our Terran player down 1-2 on match point. It is Maru Prime.
And currently leading this series to the shock of many, playing for Team MVP, it's Duckdeok.
All right. So I like what you're saying. At the same time, I really appreciate Terran players that open Reaper when this keeps happening to them.
But it hasn't happened once today, though.
No, it has not. That is true.
I mean, it's happened to him a lot on this map, which could be a very good reason for him not to open up Command Center. But let's have a look at this and how this is going to shape up.
Yeah, we'll see in just a moment here from Maru what his choice is going to be, and this is going to impact the game greatly. Now, Duckdeok, we'll just keep an eye on that. He's already at 12 supply, so it's not going to be a 10 gate. I think you can still be aggressive. You think you might go Nexus first or something? Maybe just really go the opposite end of the spectrum? I personally don't like Nexus first, especially after you open these games like you did, but it looks like he's going for it to me.
Yeah, he's going to go for it.
Or maybe a 16-gate Nexus.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's going to be it's non-aggressive. And Maru will get away freely with this, but so let's think with Duckdeok here. If he's not going to open up aggressive, does he look to play aggressive with a boosted economy from Nexus first in the mid stages?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's Whirlwind against Maru. Like, let's say Maru was top right, or especially top right. You don't really want to play like a longer macro game against him. You're going to be kind of susceptible to drops. It's going to be really frustrating against a player like Maru. So I feel like maybe the quick third Nexus, I could be okay with him doing that. Other than that, I do want to see some sort of pretty quick aggressive move. Not necessarily all in, but something aggressive.
And I really think that that's going to be the disadvantage that Maru will have to play with now, being one game away from being eliminated.
Yeah.
He has to be scouting heavily. He has to be very cautious. He cannot skip and cut corners. For example, the bunker, his turret timing, he's sending out SCVs to get extra information. He technically could lose, for example, a blind proxy Stargate right now. He could be just straight out dead if he wasn't to see this coming. So he must be on top of all of his scouting here.
Yeah, that is very true. Now, you know, Maru, I think we already know like what this is going to look like from him, right? You know, he goes into the 3 barracks, starts making some Marines, gets his gases going, you know, gets those medevacs out as quickly as possible. But will the scouting be there? He's scouted in the wrong direction. This is, you know, he's going to get there and be like, oh, okay, this is not much information, because the scout's going to die very quickly. He'll probably see the Nexus, but that's about it.
And unfortunately for Duckdeok, he also hasn't scouted yet. I mean, in the right direction. He actually went cross position and then to the top right, and he actually has a very late scout himself.
That is true, but I feel like it matters less with Duckdeok. You know what I mean? He's not scouting things and countering them that often. He's more all about being like, all right, what position do I attack? I got to find out where your main base is so I can go kill it.
He loves to kill things, and he's done that so well so far.
He loves to. It's actually a little bit scary.
Imagine if this mothership core, I don't know where it's popping out from. Is it from the main base? Imagine if it popped out from the natural and denied the SCV scout. That would be so frustrating for Maru here.
I think he's like without the Zealot hit, that SCV is going to get a good scout in. Oh no, turns it around.
Well, I mean, he sees the Nexus, but doesn't see anything else apart from that. Robotics facility has been thrown down here from Duckdeok.
The probe just hiding, knowing that there's going to be SCVs there to kill it no matter what. So it doesn't necessarily mean he wants to proxy anything. And the Forge goes down. Could this be the same build as Game 1?
Looks like it. And I do think there was absolutely, even though he lost it, glimmers of success there. And the way that he built his army composition, his defense was solid.
If they had another game like that, I'd give it 50% to go to Duckdeok. Because there were times where, you know, there were glimmers of success where he was ahead.
Yeah. And Duckdeok now, without that probe being able to break into the natural to scout, he has to get some scanning information some way. And does go in and just kind of look at the gases, the timing of them, and absolutely can build a picture that this was command center first.
It looks like both players have all the information they need for now. Ooh, quick third Nexus.
Wow, it's not exactly like game number 1 now, is it?
No, it is not. Now, are we going to see a really quick Twilight to back this up? And if so, can he hold on to everything while he waits for Blink to finish?
Is this going to get scouted here? The SCV may be on its way to that third, and even if a Stalker was up on the high ground of the third base, it's still like, why is a Stalker up here? So this is going to get scouted early.
And he's actually going for Colossus Tech here as well, just to throw that out there. So, oh, isn't that cute?
And I don't think that SCV was spotted either. I'm not sure. It was very close to the Nexus.
No, it looks like it wasn't.
Oh my god, Autosis.
Do you think this will kill it? Because he has the mothership core right now. It's pretty close to him. He sees this incoming.
How many Marauders is it? 2?
It's 2 Marauders. Oh, well, you know what? He might actually force a Nexus cannon in the natural. He could. But no, it looks like he's going to go straight over here. Start getting the damage in.
Can he kill it? He's got a Zealot and Stalker, that's it, and a Mothership Core.
Well, we should be seeing the Nexus cannon.
Okay.
There it is.
Look how close this could be. With the bunker
He
there as well.
He is going to get it.
Oh.
Just no units from Duckdeok up here. So, yeah, this is absolutely going down.
Wow.
That's like, this is kind of a weird, I was not actually expecting him to kill this Nexus even though he got the bunker up. That was really well done though, super well done. And one behind Apollo.
Dark Shrine, Autosis.
Yeah.
So Dark Shrine is on its way, extra 5 gateways, considering he just had to cancel that Nexus there. I mean, not really cancel it, but losing it and having no money to spend towards it. Really, with his pro production, he's got a lot here. This, a scan. Okay, I thought that was inside.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my god, he sees
geez.
it.
Okay, so he's actually still making a Colossus here, and the Dark Shrine, and getting charge.
He did try to get +2 armor, then cancelled it and got +1 attack instead. Realizing that I mean, it's more expensive.
He's a little bit short on gas right now. You know, on 2 bases, trying to go for all these tech routes, not going to work out. Okay, so you think this Dark Shrine is just to try to harass a little bit with while he backs up into like a safer third base?
Yep. Yep. I mean, he's got the probe and pylon, or at least 2 pylons. I don't know what it is on the left-hand side, but he's got them ready to go. And 3 Zealots, first of all. Maru, still without combat shields for now. Still, I mean, he's still got a very strong army, though, with those units, with those medivacs.
Yeah, that's a scary army to take on. No charge finished yet.
No turrets,
no blink,
though.
no nothing. But you know what? That's some really good intel. That tells him that he can actually commit a few DTs. Looks like he's going to warp in 1 for now. He's really, really short on gas at the moment.
And Maru is...
Oh, he went the wrong way with that DT. There you go. Starting to get out of there. Now, we do have Maru pushing in right here. And... well, there's a DT in the main base, at least.
Yeah, DT in the main base. That's going to get a couple of kills. Oh, the Colossus does get picked off there. Nice pickup from Maru, not to lose the rest. Another scan down. And he's picked off 2 out of the 2 DTs. Now, I'm not too sure how many SCVs were killed. 9 in total so far in this game.
Which is, like, pretty good.
Nice
he traps
there as well.
That was really nice trapping near that detection.
But did he do enough here?
No. I have to say no. Like,
yeah.
The 9 SCVs, it's nice, but he lost a Colossus during all that, and only 9 SCVs. This is the 4th DT's warping in, plus a Dark Shrine. That is so much gas.
And that's a lot of units.
Yeah. He has like 2 sentries, 1 Stalker. That's his anti-air right now. This is not a good place for Duckdeok.
And, well, we could be going towards a game number 5 here if this continues on this way, as the 3rd base gets cancelled. And Maru has a lot of units in the sky here in these medivacs. And they may be unanswered. Does he have a Colossus out yet? Oh, he has 1 Colossus, but, well, he's actually got quite a lot around it as well.
Yeah, he can probably clean up this drop, but you know what? Maru's going to see exactly what he has here, and in fact, he's going to pick anything off. He's trying to. I don't know if it's... Was that actually worthwhile even trying that? He lost a lot of units.
Yeah, he did.
I feel like he's being a little bit over-aggressive. After stopping those DTs and killing the Nexus, I feel like he can actually sit back a little bit more.
The Viking count, he's got 2 Vikings now. I mean, 2 Vikings isn't a lot here, but he did damage the Colossus a little bit. He's still keeping the pressure on.
And with this much gas spent already, the amount of anti-air, as mentioned previously, is very, very slim. So those Vikings have the potential to actually knock that Colossus out, and maybe even the Mothership Core.
Oh, wow, a hidden 3rd base. Those 2 Vikings, though, even though 2's a very low number, are going to pick up one of the Colossus here and start doing damage to the other one as well.
Oh, man, that factory coming in to block everything off. Not really sure exactly what that's doing for now. Looks like Duckdeok gonna try to run backwards. So many Marauders running up here. Zealots do charge forward, but the micro of Maru is just dead on.
Yeah, absolutely perfect micro. He's so good with these units, so fast, and they're streaming across here. There's so many more units coming across, stimming there to get there as fast as possible. And Duckdeok is being worn down here, Autosis.
That is right. It looks like Duckdeok is going to have to GG pretty quickly, Apollo. I don't see any way for him to come back at this point.
Oh, and the Immortal gets picked off there, and there are too many units here. No splash damage. Across is trying to come out, but not fast enough.
GG.
Series tied up, and we will go to game number 5 between these 2. All right. Here from Maru.
No, he can't.
Yeah, he can't.
No.
Not on this map against this player.
There's $100 grand for first place in the title world champion. He's not going command center first here.
The money increases here, the fame level increases, the chance to play in the semi-finals, everything on the line now in this quarterfinal game, the last one between these two players. As down here, as the Red Terran playing for Team Prime, it's Maru.
And in the top left, our Protoss player showing great games so far this weekend. It is MVP's Duckdeok.
Imagine if Maru went 2 barracks.
Oh my god, I had coffee in my mouth. You almost made me spit it out. That would be amazing if he did like a 2 barracks SCV pull. Oh my god. Because that can actually still work. Yes, Mothership Core exists, but you can actually sometimes kill them. It's, you know, it takes a bit for that to charge up. That would be awesome, but I somehow just don't feel that's the case, especially since no SCVs have left the base yet.
Yeah, so you think Reaper expand here, or just regular barracks expansion, if it's not Command Center first?
I want to see a Reaper expand, Apollo.
Okay.
Let's see, will he make another SCV? Will he? There it is. Okay, well, I guess, you know, this doesn't look to me like it's going to be a Reaper expand.
Duckdeok is scouting around his natural area there, just in case there were to be finding
Yeah,
barracks.
he's actually feeling it too, Apollo. You and Duckdeok are on the same wavelength right now.
Yeah, we're both from Europe.
Yes, and me and Maru are both from Korea. All right. So, a couple gases for Duckdeok once again, and it looks like, all right, it is going to be just a 1 racks expansion.
But double gas is down from Duckdeok.
Yeah, he's been doing that a lot. I don't think that this is too telling. Oh, God.
Now this is telling.
Well, that's pretty telling. Okay. Is this just a Twilight again?
I don't think so this time. I think this could be a robotics facility. I've seen robotics facilities in this location quite a few times.
Yeah. I would absolutely go bonkers if he went for a 1-base Colossus push. I think that is an all-in that was, like, really potent for a couple weeks. Like, what was it, a year and a half, 2 years ago? And then just fell off the face of the earth. I would not mind to see him try that.
Show me what it's going to be when this Cybercore's done. Show me the way, Duckdeok.
No way it's a Stargate, though, right?
Show me the way. All right, Maru checks the Nexus, or lack of Nexus on the natural, should I say. Enters the main. Stalker being chrono boosted.
You know what?
He's research.
He's going to think for sure that this is a Blink build, right?
Stargate.
Oh my god, a Stargate down there. Okay.
An immediate reaction from Maru. He's going to spot it.
No way.
Yes way, Artos. Yes way.
Yeah, yes way. Okay, well that for Duckdeok now. What do you do here as Duckdeok, Paul? Obviously you cancel.
Yeah.
But what tech route do you choose? Do you just make a Nexus?
Yeah, I think you have to bite the bullet here.
I think so. Well, the many bullets of the Gauss rifle will have to be bitten.
Is he going to build a second pylon? Oh,
no,
he's going to commit to this.
I can't even believe what I'm seeing here. There's no way he's going to...
He's not going to make coming this work. Down. I guess...
MC wouldn't get this to work. There's
2
no
pylons?
There's a bunker here that he's supply blocked.
Oh, and that pylon's going to go down as well. He continues to be supply blocked. Oh, no. Duckdeok, no. Is this the way you fall?
Oh, man. That's terribly sad and also embarrassing. There's no way that's getting out. There's just... He has spent so much money on this.
Oh.
What a sad end to Duckdeok's tournament.
This is so
I hate to be
money.
anticlimactic like this, but Apollo, how do you come back from something like that?
This is terrible news here from Duckdeok. I mean, he's throwing the Twilight Council down is an emergency. Oh my, no, Artos, no!
Yes, indeed.
No!
Yes, indeed. That Oracle never going to get out of there.
This is so sad.
That is such a... Oh, that's so gross. But, okay. This is as bad as it can get for Duckdeok. But he's doing the one thing that many Terrans will tell you could possibly bring this back, which is throwing down the Twilight. So he's going to go for a Blink all-in from here. What do you think, Apollo? Is this the right choice? Does this have a chance?
No. This is so slow.
It's so slow.
It's so slow. Oh, man. Maru turned up with a bird rifle today, man.
Yeah, he's a sniper. There's no question about it.
This is very sad here. This is, as you described, this is almost the worst way to lose.
Yeah.
If this turns out to be what we're expecting it to be, unless a miracle happens here, this would be the worst way to lose. Is there a way for Duckdeok somehow, some way, to find the light? Can he find the flying V?
Look, the flying V is what he's looking for. He's gonna have to go north. Okay, look, if Maru goes way out of position, like, notice he's building the bunker. He knows what's going on. He's got 4 Raxes. He's got concussive shell because he's like, well, screw this. You're not going to be able to micro against me. But look at this. Duckdeok, I think, realizes that this is like so hopeless that he may as well do something else. And he's throwing down a Templar Archives and a Nexus. But, like, Stalker Storm doesn't exist. This isn't Brood War. I'm trying to figure this out. But, you know, he's got to do something weird, right?
Oh, man.
I've never quite seen a build like this. But that means Maru may not have either.
That's right. But Maru scanned and saw, as we see,
but when
Templar Archives
does he think Blink, though, with this? Wait, did he cancel it?
He would have seen Blink being researched still, but he doesn't know if it was going to be cancelled or not, because the scan was bang in the middle of the base. But he's moving forward with a bunch of units now, and clearly going for Templar Archives is a big investment of gas, and that single Archon here.
It's going Archon Blink.
Archon Blink Autosis.
Well,
I mean, he's got a Guardian Shield too.
These 2 units don't actually go together all that well when there's nothing else.
Guardian Shield and the sickest Blink Micro with a Zealot at the front.
You know what? I don't think so. I think that's not enough still. I think that this is a very sad moment for Duckdeok.
Oh, the Archon's going to get picked off here. A very expensive unit, and now the Stalker's going to get targeted down.
You know what?
Nice,
he does hold that
very,
very well. That is a stronghold, no doubt.
So that was just the Sentry and Archon that got picked off for maybe 2 Marauders and 6 Marines, 7 Marines. Storm on its way as well.
When you're on 1 base gas, 400 gas is a lot of gas. I do have to throw that out there. And the fact that he has like Blink right now, but only 3 Stalkers, and really can't afford any more because he has to make High Templars off the 2 Geysers in his main. Blink is not very useful either. He is like, he doesn't have anything here. Duckdeok is like working with the worst tools in the entire world trying to build a space station. He's working with like Stone Age tools, and he has to invent a time machine. Because going back in time is the only way to win this game.
It's not possible, Autosis.
Yeah.
You can't do that. I mean, we struggle with the technology we have in 2013, man. We don't have time machines.
No, we don't have time machines.
And if he's in Stone Age...
Well, I mean, how is he going to invent a time machine?
He can't, Autosis.
Right? Yeah, I know.
All right, well, we got 3 High Templar.
Okay.
They are going to have 3 Storms here momentarily. Are there bunkers? There should be still bunkers there.
Yeah. There's multiple bunkers.
Multiple bunkers.
A lot of bunkers being made.
No
charge, no force fields, no Guardian Shields. All he's got is the Storm here.
Well, Maru with the factory sees everything. 1 High Templar already picked off, and the second one's getting targeted down. The second one is gone as well. The bunkers remain, and this... Well, that Storm did a little bit of damage there, but the bunkers still remain in Autosis. This does not look good.
He's got Stim at this point as well. And I mean, you know, Duckdeok is doing a lot more than you would think he would with this set of units, but it's still not enough. You know, these bunkers are just, they're exactly what Maru needs. The bunkers, like, guarantee him victory here.
And there's about to be 2 more Medivacs. He can absolutely repair these bunkers. And Duckdeok's played a fantastic tournament. I mean, beating Innovation. Nobody thought he would do that, going, you know, equal in this series. But Maru, with the amount of Medivacs, Combat Shield's about to finish in a couple of seconds' time. Duckdeok is down, he's bleeding, and almost no hope. Almost no hope.
No hope. No hope at all. You know, when Stim and Medivacs are out, let's check his High Templar count. 2. He has 5 Stalkers of Blink. The thing is, like, even if this was even, Maru's micro against Storm is so good.
Yeah.
It's just, no, I'm sorry. 41 probes of 58 SCVs.
He's trying everything here. He's trying to send a counterattack if maybe somehow there's no units here and the SCVs all get slaughtered. All the small percentages, even though it's looking almost impossible, he's looking for every little glimmer of hope. This is everything. This is Blizzcon. This is 2013. This is all of his year.
And it's been a fantastic year for him. He's really broken the scene. He's a WCS Europe champion. But this is the end of it. Even if there was a disconnection, he would give the win to Maru, I have no doubt.
Yeah, and as we can see, the Zealots being kited by the Marauders with their concussive shells being slowed down, and only a handful of Stalkers remain. Time Warp is thrown on, the probes may come off, but GG is called, and Duckdeok's tournament, unfortunately, not quite making it to the semi-final, but it is the Prime Terran who continues to march forward.
Well, you know what? Maru deserves a top 4. He's one of the greatest players in the world, no doubt about that. He's shown it time and time again, and overcomes the odds here in a certain